So the first stop on the tour is my bedroom on deck 6 forward. So this is the biggest point of intrigue for guests, family and friends who always want to know where we live and what we live like on the cruise ships. As you can see, it's not massive, but it gets the job done. We share bunk beds with someone else in that apartment. This is mine with my Welsh flag at the bottom. My wardrobe there with all my shoes. And we share with another person from our apartment. They have all my schedules on the wall there. This is our ensuite. As someone 6'6", you can imagine I do sometimes struggle in these showers and bathrooms, but like I said, they get their job done, and to be honest, I don't spend that much time in my cabin anyway. So in order to get here, I would have just come through the centre stage dressing room to the Grand Spectrum Theatre on deck 6. And this is where all the playlist productions happen. So we have 2 casts on board, 1 centre stage cast and 1 playlist cast. So the playlist cast are made up of 8 people, 4 boys and 4 girls, and this is where they perform 6 nights a week. They do a variety of shows, and as you can see, the theatre is absolutely stunning. And this is also where they do Family Feud and a bunch of other games, and a lot to do with the children's shows Zeus, and they also do bingo in there as well. So we're leaving the Grand Spectrum Theatre now and walking along the hallway to get back out into the front part of the ship. So we're just coming down past the spa on the left-hand side, which I wasn't able to go into this time because of guests being down there. So we're now going across to the gym, the Cloud9 Spa Fitness Centre. It is a state-of-the-art gym, and it's probably one of the best gyms I've ever had on any of my ships. Well, it's the best gym I've ever had on any of my ships. As you can see, the layout is really stunning. They have lockers on the side with fresh towels, and the equipment is really, really good. So they have a free weight section on the left with a few benches. They have a cables machine. A lot of the gym is filled up then with weighted machines, and then the back half of the gym is mostly cardio, as you'll be able to see in a set. They have cross trainers, running machines and bikes towards the back then. As I'm walking towards the back, I'll take a left in a sec to show you the view outside today, which is in Roatan in Honduras. And as you can see from the running machines, the view is absolutely incredible, especially when you're out at sea or when you're pulling away from port, anything like that. They have a really, really cool view. So as you can see there, gorgeous day in Roatan. So that's the view that people get when they are on the treadmills. So we're just leaving the gym now. They also have 2 studios for spinning and I think a dance studio or, you know, a seminar studio. So as we're coming out now, we are on, like I said, we're at the front on deck 6. We're just coming past the front elevator lobby. We're just going to take a left into the PUNCHLINER Comedy Club. This is where all the comedians perform, and they have various trivias throughout the day. This is also where they hold all the art auctions. So as we're leaving now, we're going to head towards the piano bar, which is just opposite. We're going to go past the Celebration inaugural coin and sign. So on the right hand side here we have the piano bar. So we're just going to have a quick look in here. This is where our piano bar player plays. There's a bar inside, and obviously it's Piano Man themed. So they have Elton John, Ray Charles, Billy Joel, pictures like that. So coming out of here we have coming into Celebration Central on the deck 6 of the ship. So on the right hand side we have the coffee shop, which we'll see in a sec. On the left we have center stage, the floor seating for center stage, which I will show you and I'm saving till the very end. So you have the coffee shop on the right hand side, then immediately next to that you have candy on top, or cherry on top, sorry, we used to call it candy on top. Cherry on top candy store. You have the Rolls Royce, which was on one of the fantasy class ships, which was donated to the celebration. Then you have the gateway. So coming into the gateway, you have a model of the ship, a perfect model of the ship. Then you have the Jubilee bar, which is based on other ships. So they've salvaged a lot of other things from the original Celebration ship and the Jubilee ship to put inside this bar. So the windows you can see on the outside here. So this is the Golden Jubilee. This is where the contemporary pianist plays every night. So they salvaged these tables and a lot of the other stuff that you'll see in here, they've salvaged from the original Jubilee and Celebration ships. So coming back out here now, we are heading towards the Carnival restaurant with one of the guest dining areas. This, I believe, was also saved from one of the older ships. So coming into the Carnival restaurant now, like I said, there's 2 dining rooms on the ship, so this is the second one. The other one is bigger, the Festival, but the Carnival is the second guest dining room. So as you can see, the size is pretty enormous for these classes of ships to serve all 6,500 guests. So coming out of there, we're just going to walk down past the center stage on the left towards the shops. So as we're in port today, obviously the shops are closed, but you can get a gist for what the shops are like. They sell obviously everything you can imagine, like duty-free aftershave and perfumes, makeup and clothing, and even on this one they have a refurbished Louis Vuitton store. So now we're coming into the gateway, which is brand new for the Carnival Celebration. You have seating area on the right. Then you have the Latitudes bar on the left, which is really cool. The screens that you can see on the left-hand side up there, they've kind of gone with like a train station vibe. So the screens on the left up there are interactive, the one with the palm tree and the lighthouse. They're all interactive, so they change every day and they change with the various themes that are going on. This is EMIRILS Bistro. It is extended from Mardi Gras, so the seating area is much bigger. It's absolutely amazing. It's like a Louisiana cuisine, obviously by Emeril Lagasse, the celebrity chef. So now we're coming into one of the best picture spots on the ship. This is where me and my friends would always take pictures on formal nights. As you can see, it's really cool. It's like a mirrored effect all the way up. Then on the right hand side, you have the Carnival kitchen. This is where you take cooking classes with the chefs on board. And this is the Festival restaurant, the biggest guest dining room on the ship. So coming into the main restaurant here, you can have breakfast, brunch, lunch and dinner, and it is absolutely massive. And it's also stunning. I ate here a few times with my family when they were on board, and both sides of the ship have just the most stunning views outside. And then you come into this almost centerpiece here, where you have like an overlooking balcony of the people sitting on deck 7. Also, the lights aren't flickering, it's my GoPro, I believe, not being able to pick up the lights. So we've done deck 6 now. That's pretty much everything you're going to see on deck 6. So we're going to go up to deck 7 so I can show you everything that deck 7 has. So as we come out of the deck 7 Festival restaurant, you have Park West Art Gallery on your right hand side here, and then on the left you have FARENHEIT Steakhouse, which is one of my favorite restaurants on board. We absolutely loved coming here on our nights off. So we're going to come in here and show you around the steakhouse. As you can see, it's not massive, but it is really intimate, and it also has really cool views again from outside of the ship on the port side. So they also have a little bar attached outside, and then a seating area, and then more photo opportunities with the glass staircase on your right hand side. So as we come down here, we are coming back where we just came from, towards the front of the ship. Those are the interactive screens there. You can see over the balcony, that's where Emeril's Bistro is. On the left hand side, we're going to come into the ALCHEMY bar, which is where they do all specialty cocktails and fancy drinks. I highly recommend the old-fashioned. I always used to love having those. And on the left hand side, we're about to see the Limelight. The Limelight Lounge doubles as a comedy lounge, but it also is the nightclub. It also holds a bunch of trivias, and once a week the Center Stage Band do a show in here, which is called Club 72. It's like an old speakeasy event where the Center Stage Band and horns play, and it's turned into like almost a speakeasy underground event. So this is where it is. Obviously they're doing some work on it today, but this is, yeah, it's quite intimate, but when the nightclub is going, it is heaving in there, and it is really cool. They really do get it going in there. So coming out now, we're heading back towards the center stage on deck 7, and we're heading towards, there are another 2 shops, I believe Island Traders and another one that sells alcohol and tobacco. So now we've skipped ahead to the further towards the front of the ship. This is the Havana bar and the Havana Club suites. So this is the Havana bar where the Latin quartet play in here, and it is based obviously on Little Havana in Cuba. So this is the stage where they play. They also double up as trivias and dance. This is where the dance classes are in here with your playlist dancers and the center stage dancers. So I'm going to show you outside. So the Havana experience require wristbands, and you have to have a Havana Club suite in order to get access to this outside area here. But as you can see, you have your own bar, all of the lounge chairs, and just beyond those brown gates down there are where the Havana Club suite balconies go onto. But as you can see, the views from the side of the ship are just absolutely unreal today. Although the weather isn't unreal like we sometimes see, it is also still absolutely gorgeous. At the end, they also have a hot tub. So we're going to leave the Havana bar now, and I believe we're going to take a right to go to the CHIBANG restaurant. CHIBANG restaurant is brand new for Carnival. It is a mixture of Mexican and Chinese cuisine. So in the restaurant they serve both, hence the sign, and it is another one of mine and my friends' favourite places to go. The people in here are always so friendly, and the service is just incredible, like in all the other restaurants, but we particularly love this one. The layout is really nice, and the views from the side of the ship are really, really nice too. So we are now on deck 8. All of this is on deck 8, so the highest deck within the center region of the ship with things going on. So we're coming back towards the center of the ship now, towards center stage in the atrium, where, as you can see, we're on the very top viewing platform for the center stage, which I will show you at the end of the video. I'm saving the best till last, trust me. So coming along here now, you have the center stage on your left. Down those stairs on the right, you have the casino, which I obviously wasn't allowed to go into. Then you have the TEPPENYAKI, which is where they do the shows like Benihana. And then, which is amazing. I absolutely loved it in there. The food is absolutely incredible. The rice is just the best rice in the world. And so they do like full-on shows in there. And then we are coming into the BONSAI sushi restaurant, which again, we spent most of our money and time on our nights off in this place. The chefs are absolutely incredible, but the views are just absolutely stunning. When you're sailing away from any of the ports, if you catch it at the right time and you get one of the window seats, as you can see from even this video here, the views are just absolutely unreal. And the hidden gem with this restaurant is in the outside seating area, which I'm taking you to now. So if I was you, I would request, if you're watching this and you're about to sail, I would request outside seating anytime you go there. As you can see, it's like a really, really small, intimate area outside, and it just has the best views. It has some of the best views of the restaurants of any of the ships I've ever been on. So definitely do this if you are going to be sailing on Mardi Gras Celebration or Jubilee. So coming out of Bonsai Sushi, we have more shops here. So we have the watch shop and sunglasses, and we also have the EFFY boutique, front street watches, and then the EFFY boutique in there. So we're currently mid-ship, so we're heading towards the back of the ship again. So this is the Pixels gallery where you do all your photos. They've turned everything interactive now, so it's much easier to access your photos and print them, and on the right is where you buy them, I believe. So on the left is the Dream Studio where you can have the bespoke stuff done. Now we're coming into 820 Biscayne Boulevard, where everything is obviously Miami themed because the ship is out of Miami. So on the left hand side we have another bar and another seating area. Then you have the Welcome to Miami or Greetings from Miami sign, which is very popular. Then you have CUCCINA, which is the Italian restaurant. I believe it's closed, so I don't think I could have gone in there because they had a private function in there, I believe. But it's really big, it's really nice, and it's one of the free restaurants on board, just like CHIBANG. So this is bar 820. It has an outside seating area as well, which I'll take you out to in a sec. Coming up on the right is one of my favourite places on the whole ship, Miami Slice. This is where they do fresh pizzas. The pizzas are absolutely incredible. And on this class of ships, it's really cool. You can see them making them. They have a seating area opposite, but the pizzas are absolutely unreal. The Quattro Formaggi was my favourite, the 4 cheese. Then we have the Deco Deli, which is where they did all of the delicatessen sandwiches. And then another picture spot on the left with the mirrored staircase, but this time it has the neon chillin' tropical sign. As you can see, all the way down, it is one of the best picture spots on the ship when you have formal nights. Now we're going into RUDI'S Sea Grill. I never actually got to eat here, but I heard really cool things from family and friends who went in here. The layout and decor is just absolutely amazing. And again, it has really good views from the side of the ship. So it has the outside seating area as well, so I would recommend requesting that if you're going to eat here. So then you have the shore excursion desks on the left. This is where you book all the shore excursions. And then on the left here you have guest services. And then another one of my favourite spots coming up is Summer's Landing, where they have the Backyard Band, Guy's Pig and Anchor, and the patio. They have the Heroes Lounge, and they have the Carnival Store. Doesn't want to focus, apparently. There you go. Then you have the Carnival Store, where they sell all of the Carnival merchandise. There's some really nice stuff in there. So this is Guy's Pig and Anchor. They have an in-house microbrewery, and they have the best brewmaster. Well, at least when I was there, they had the best brewmaster ever, Rob. They have an ice cream machine on the left. This is the Heroes Lounge, where they show a lot of the sports. They show sports throughout it, but the Heroes Lounge is more dedicated to veterans and things like that. Then you have Guy's Pig and Anchor. This is the bar at the back. So they show sport on all of these TVs throughout here. So then coming around here, we have Guy's Pig and Anchor buffet, the buffet line. And then towards the back here is where some of the best musicians on the ship play. This is your backyard band. I was very lucky to work with one of the best backyard bands I've ever worked with on this, on these contracts, called CIA, Caught in the Act. They also host a lot of trivias in here. So coming out here on the left hand side, we have the outside area of Guy's Pig and Anchor, where they have another buffet line outside and a general like drinking and chilling out area. So there's the buffet on the right hand side. And the food is absolutely unreal. I loved Guy's Barbecue. That was one of my favourite places. So as you can see, the views are really cool today from outside of the ship. We're currently at the very back of the ship. So I'm going to show you the very back from deck 8 now. So this is kind of like a relaxation, chilling area with a pool at the back. So this is called the patio. So everyone chilling because it's probably about 36 degrees Celsius outside today. Then around the sides here they have another few hot tubs. So sail away again in these things is absolutely amazing from what I've heard. Obviously we weren't allowed to go in them. But when you're sailing away, you're just literally sitting in a hot tub sailing away from the Caribbean. And then you've got another bar called the Watering Hole just next door as well. So this is the outside seating area for bar 820 that I showed you earlier, and this is where I would bring my pizza to come and sit to watch sail away or just generally to sit outside. So now we have skipped up to deck 18. So we're now on deck 18 in Serenity deck. So this is the adult only, just clean the camera there. This is the adult only 21 and over area for adults, kind of like an exclusive area just for adults. And this is at the very front of the ship. So we've gone from the very back to the very front and skipped up to deck 18. So as you can see, it's a really, really big area. Obviously, because there's many adults that like to get away from their kids. And so there's a pool in the middle with a little seating area down here and a bar on the right-hand side. Another really cool thing about this class of ships is often for the crew, they'll put on events up here, crew events, after they've closed the Serenity deck. So we've had a few crew parties up here, which, as you can imagine, is just the best. It literally, you feel like you're in a club in Miami. The vibe is absolutely unreal. So coming around to the front here, they have a lot more beds and lounge chairs and things like that. So as you can see, the views are just astronomically good from here. And another really cool thing about this is when we did our sail away from Finland, we'd spent a month and a half in Turku in Finland in the shipyard, getting the ship up to scratch. This is where I was standing, watching us sail for the first time with crew on board out of the port of Finland, where the ship had spent the last 3 years, I think, being built. So I have many, many cool memories up here. And like I said, you know, the HR team on board were absolutely unreal for the crew, and they would often hold parties up here where we could chill, have a few drinks, and just generally enjoy each other's company. So that was the Serenity deck area on deck 18. So we're about to go up to, I'm about to show you something called Loft 19. So this is on the 19th deck. This is the highest point of the ship. And so this is Loft 19. It's a private access. I think you have to pay. You pay like a certain amount of money. I don't know exactly how much it is, but you get like private cabanas, as you'll see in a sec. On the right hand side, you get like all these added perks and benefits with buying these as well. And then as you'll see on the right hand side in a sec, they have their own private pool away from, there it is, away from everyone else. So this is the very, very, very front of the ship, the frontmost point of the ship, as high as you can get on the ship. So coming round here now, back on deck 18, heading towards the centre of the ship and outside of the Serenity deck area. You have obviously more lounge chairs, more unreal views off the ship. And now you're coming into the LIDO deck. So we are now on deck 17, or 16 rather. No, 18, sorry. There's like 3 like mini decks. So this is the LIDO deck area. They have a massive TV where they show all new movies, and they host loads and loads of parties out there. They host the Rock and Glow party, the White Night party, everything like that. So there's a pool just in the center there, and then obviously all the lounge chairs on the other decks. They host Group of St. Jude out here as well. And this is where all of the main eateries are. So you have the Blue Iguana, Tacos and Burritos bar over there. We are walking towards the new Street Eats, which is new for Carnival XL class ships. You have the Seafood Shack. You have Time Fries, Steamed Dream, and Mad Sizzle, and so they do loads of different cool cuisines there. So I definitely, I ate there. I can't think mostly every day, I believe, because they have something different every day. So now we're back up on deck 17. This is where they have the Red Frog pub, or the Red Frog bar. So this is just the other side looking into the LIDO deck. And on this deck, coming around this corner here, is another one of my favorite places to eat on the whole ship. Guy's Burgers, Guy Fieri's Burger Bar. It is obviously free like 90% of the other things on the ship, and the burgers are just absolutely incredible. They have the toppings bar on the left there, and then obviously just down there you can see everyone queuing up to get their burgers. In front of us there's Club O2, that's the club for, I believe, something up to 17, 13 to 17 I believe. Then you're coming round the back half of the ship now, so we're heading towards the back of the ship again. So now coming round to the back of the ship, there's another seating area up here. I used to come and do some work up here, and this is overlooking deck 16 at the very, very back of the ship. So they have a pool, an infinity pool, and 2 hot tubs either side. And coming down here now is another bar in the center, but another one of my ultimate favorite places to eat, SHAQ'S Big Chicken, Shaquille O'Neal's Big Chicken Shack. It is unreal. It's like a KFC Southern Fried Chicken sort of thing. The burgers are just absolutely unreal. So coming back through here now, there's another bar on the left. And now I'm going to take you back up to the sports deck. This is the smoking area on the right hand side. and I am about to take you up to the ultimate playground, one of the coolest parts of the ship, and it's somewhere I spent a lot of time after work every night walking around the track when it was nice and quiet and nice and cool outside. So as you can see, this is the ultimate playground. You have the golf course, mini golf, and you can see Bolt, the roller coaster, all around in the blue. And then the blue markings on the floor here is the walking track. So just behind this big pillar here is this is the water park. So they would sometimes open this for crew on port days, and you would get to go down all the slides, and they are absolutely crazy good. Some of them are absolutely terrifying. There's a drop slide, an orange drop slide up there, which hopefully you'll be able to see in a sec. So we are now walking along the track. You have Bolt on the left-hand side. This is where you enter for the ride Bolt, the roller coaster, or the ultimate sea coaster. So this is the walking track that I would do most nights, I would say, if not every night after work. I would come up on here to just kind of unwind from the day and stick my headphones in, and I would just walk around this track as many times as I felt necessary. Like I said, it's so nice at night time. I highly recommend it. So on the left-hand side now, above us, you have the ropes course, and then you have the full-size basketball court where they host dodgeball tournaments, football tournaments, basketball tournaments, everything like that with your sports team. Like I said, this is the ropes course with the overlook. I never did it actually, and I kind of regret it. But if you're there, definitely do it. It is. Everyone says it's class. You have a ping pong table on the left with. I don't know what that game is called. That sandbag game. So you're coming around to the front of the walking track now. Like I said, I would come up here, and the amount of times I've walked this track between Mardi Gras and Celebration, which are obviously sister identical ships, the amount of times I've walked this track is absolutely unreal. So we're just the other side now. Like I said, you have the basketball court, you have the ropes course here. This is really cool. You see that jump off point there. You literally jump and it carries you all the way to the other side. Kind of over the side of the ship here. So I never got to do it, but I kind of wish I did. The funnel, obviously, the iconic Carnival funnel, which is the biggest funnel you will ever see in your entire life. It is massive. This is the Bolt entry point above us here on the left-hand side. I did Bolt a bunch of times, and it is one of the most fun experiences you can ever do, especially when you're out at sea. It is much quicker than you think it's going to be, and it is just generally a really good laugh. So if you go on with someone who also loves roller coasters, and it is really, really, really fun. So I highly recommend doing that. On the left here, like I said, we have our water park with some of the coolest slides on the 7 seas, and then you have your mini golf just on the right-hand side here. So that is the ultimate playground. Like I said, I spent a lot of time up here with people doing the slides, and also by myself doing the walking tour of the track. So we're just coming back down to deck 17 now. And we're going to continue back down to the back of deck 16 to take you into the Lido deck buffet. So coming in through here, on the left-hand side and the right-hand side here, during COVID on Mardi Gras, and like I said, they're identical ships, that was where the crew had to sit. So on Celebration, we just naturally, every single night, sat in the same exact place. The ones of us who had done Mardi Gras, and then obviously everyone else who hadn't just did the same. So this is your Lido deck buffet. You have Sea Dogs there, which do the most unreal hot dogs. You have the cake and homemade ice cream place, and then you have kebabs on the right-hand side there. There's your salad and dessert bar. You have 2 double buffets here when it's busy enough, but obviously because it's a port day today, they only have the one open here, which do unreal food. One of my favourite nights of the week is the butter chicken night, so if you're on board at any time to do that, I highly recommend it. So now coming into my favorite place, the place I spent 90% of my life, the absolutely unreal center stage. This is one of my favorite places in the whole world. Like I said, this is the same with Mardi Gras, and I have spent thousands of hours here in install in Turku and playing there 6 nights a week, all the different shows. So this is deck 6, so we're on the bottom level now. This is all the seating area for deck 6. As this is my last week on board, the people that you're now seeing here are our replacements. We would have been on the ship now, or on contract for 11 months, so we were more than ready to hand it over and getting ready to leave. So coming round to the right hand side here is where I'd enter the stage every single night. As you can see, the venue is just unreal across the 3 decks. So I'm actually going to go onto the stage. I'm going to take you from a drum eye view of the whole setup. The night that they've got set up here is the most magnificent circus, so that's why you can see all the aerial equipment and stuff like that. So this is the view that I got to look up to every single day and every single night, and even now, upon looking back on the video, like, it just doesn't do it justice. It's unreal. So this is my drum kit. This is the drum seat that I would play. This was my view from the drum throne, which, as you can probably see, is just the most incredible. So these are the walls that move up and down to create different views. So yeah, this was my drum throne. This is the electric kit that I was playing for the entire contract. But like I said, walking on that stage every single night was just the most surreal, incredible experience ever of my career to date, and getting to spend all my time in this venue. So I'm going to take you up to deck 7 now, the deck 7 seating area. On the left you have the casino. So deck 7, these are some of the best views in the house because you can see all of the aerial that goes on across the center stage. And you have bench seating all the way up through the left, and you have table seating to the right. On the right hand side, through those behind the black thing there, that's where the sound desk and the lighting desk are. Some of the nicest, coolest people on the ship. Again, you have more bench seating on your right here with the bar here, the Aquarius bar on the left. So this is another incredible place to sit if you want to see the shows, because then you get a full aerial view, full stage view, and everything else. Now we've skipped up to deck 8, so this is the highest deck where you get to see the shows. So a lot of people would line this bridge here to watch the shows. As you can see, everyone is rehearsing hard down there. And there's more seating here. Like I said, quick wave from everyone down there. And so this is where I was showing you where Sushi was earlier, and then you have the bench seating on your left there. And that is the whole tour. I told you I'd save the best till last, and now a quick message from Trevor.
We're live here at Celebration Central, and this is Trevor. Okay, let me tell you something about you. You was kind, you was smart, you was important. Okay, if you want a piece, tear it off.
One of truly the kindest, funniest, loveliest fun squad, soon hopefully to be cruise directors you will ever meet if you have the privilege of meeting him on any of your ships. My apologies for not being able to take you any further into the crew areas too. There's obviously it poses a security risk, and I didn't have the permission to do that apart from my bedroom. But we do have a crew bar, which is at the very front of the ship on deck 6. So yeah, we get to go out there and we have really cool drinks and stuff like that out there. We have a pool table, games room, all of those things you can probably expect. And then we also on deck 3 have our own crew mess at the very back of the ship, which serves us all of our amazing food down there too. So I'm sorry I couldn't show you that this time. But they do offer something called Behind the Fun Tour if you're ever on this class of ship, which sell out very quickly, but it is a full in-depth tour of everything on the ship, including all the crew areas, engine room, bridge, all of those things I basically couldn't show you today, they show you. So you actually get to go to the mess, you get to go to the crew laundry, and all of that stuff. So we basically have everything that you would ever imagine we'd need to live on a ship for that long. And so, yeah, it is. I'm sorry I couldn't show you, but it was off limits to me today. But like I said, there are ways of doing it if you are ever on this beautiful class of ships. But that is the whole tour of the ship. I hope you really enjoyed it. I got to live on that gorgeous class of ships for 2 years, and I couldn't be more grateful to the people that put me there and the opportunities that I was given there. Between the install, between Turku, between working with all the producers, between living on that ship and living that experience was just absolutely incredible. Like anything in life, there were parts that weren't so good, you know, like sharing a cabin and those sorts of things, and living away for 11 months in one go, you know, and constantly being guest facing. But the pros are just so astronomically high too, and we got to work with some lovely people. The guests were so lovely to us in the entertainment department and from across the departments, and I just lived my life for, you know, 2 years on this class of ship, and I couldn't be more grateful for the company for putting me in this position. So I hope you have loved these videos. I do not know what is next for me, but I am sure it will be hopefully equally as incredible as the last 2 years have been, whether that is back on ships or pursuing my career at home. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next ones.